Boom bam.
This one's dedicated to Al Boziak. Rest in peace.
Yeah. Boom bam.
Fuck yeah. I feel like I'm on Hilarious House of Frightenstein.
I think you have the paid version. He's taking advantage of it.
I'm getting Lodski. I love it.
Oh, nice. I'm going to have a seizure.
Welcome, a seizure and a beer at LA Huff.
Yeah.
Welcome to Winnipeggers 19. We're so excited to have you. And man, what a great few weeks it's been. What a great experience it's been to do a show with two of my best friends. Even though the show was almost canceled after 4 episodes, we won't mention that.
Oh,
it wouldn't be the Winnipeggers if we weren't. But we're so usually we'll let you know a little secret. We usually do 2 shows in a night because we're all busy guys. And so the second one, we're always a little bit more gunned up than the first. And I'm fucking gunned. I'm ready to go. This is gonna be good.
Yeah. This is the second one.
Yeah, boy. Last week was our pre-internet show.
Yes.
Which, like I said, we're filming 2 in 1 week, so we don't know what the rating was. Hopefully, it was huge. But the week before that, First Cars was a big hit for our show. And I have actually some fan mail from that. So we're just jumping right into it. I got some fan mail from the First Cars episode. First was from Matt Sater, who is a great fan. He's always writing in.
Yeah.
He said, "Holy shit." Can I say that? Okay.
You can say that.
I was just making sure that was recording. Fuck, I almost had a heart attack. Holy shit, this is a good one. Where in the fuck do you live that you have to put a heater on your engine block to keep it from freezing and cracking?
Yeah. There
Fucking
you go, man.
Winnipeg.
I think I told this story in the show, but for those that did not see it, when I first drove my car from Calgary to Knoxville, Tennessee to wrestle for Smoky Mountain Wrestling, people would come up to me constantly and go, there's a wire hanging out of your car. And I'd be like, yeah, it's the, what do you call it? The plug-in? The
heater core plug. Yeah.
Yeah. And they're like, what are you talking about? Like, and this is pre-Tesla. Like, you weren't plugging cars in just to drive them. They'd be like, what do you mean you plug your car in? Is it an electric car? No. Like when you live in Canada, you have to plug in the block heater to keep your engine from like cracking and dying. And they'd be like, like, why the fuck do you live on Hoth? Like, you're crazy.
Yeah.
Right. So Matt said, anyways, why do you have where in the fuck do you live that you have to put a heater in your engine block? This is straight North Pole Santa problems.
Yeah.
Mall sounds like it was a lot of fun. I can't wait for a show about the mall. Is that about Unibag?
Unicity Mall. Yeah. I would buy those nice sweaters there.
Write that down too.
Gave me
Unibag.
Acne. Okay. It's actually on the list. It's on the list.
You're not even writing anything down. You're not going to remember this. So
I have. I'm constantly doing it. Yeah. Yeah.
Is Cole in the back with a crayon writing down?
Yeah. At 11:30 at 8 years old, watching horror movies.
Get in the closet.
You know that all of our notes for Winnipeggers are written in crayon. That's for sure.
He's the writer.
Businessman, when you make a deal, do you know who you can trust? Do you sign your whole life away, or do you write your name in dust? So that means that you can sign it and it goes away. I can't wait for this. That was AC/DC, if anybody. I can't wait for the show about the mall. My first car was a 75 shit brown Ford Maverick. That's a good one. He's doubling down. It had a shit brown vinyl top, tripling down with shit brown vinyl sidebars.
Yeah.
The shit brown color had faded to a sloppy shit color So my dad had some reddish tan color vinyl dye that he applied in an attempt to make my car look better. It turned from looking like a shit log into a Snickers bar. At least I had a car.
That's great.
Nice rhyme.
That's a good one. Thank you, Matt.
Good one, Matt.
Piece of shit car.
What a beater.
And now that my kids are getting older, they all have to have cars. And now the beaters, and this is actually the parents these days have a point. And you guys will go through this when your children are 8 years from now. When we were kids, you got what you could get. $400 for the beater, as we talked about, that you'd have to go underneath the car. And when I think about that now, I would never, ever allow my kids to drive the car that my dad and mom allowed me to drive in.
No shit.
Literal death trap, right?
Yeah.
So now all these 16-year-old kids have like real cars and nice cars. And it makes sense. You're like, why does a kid deserve, a 2019 Volvo when he's 16? So he doesn't die.
Yeah.
Why was I allowed a 76 Volare at 19 years old to drive across country? I would never allow my son to do that.
No shit. You got some input from Les Marks, our old buddy from Winnipeg, who sent in a little text message about our. No, it's okay. I'll talk about it, but about his car. He goes, I can't believe you guys did an episode on first cars and you didn't mention my car. And then I remembered, and I was like, holy, mind blowing. His car was like, what year was it? It says in the notes.
Let me read his feedback.
Yeah, that'll tell it all.
You tell me your recollection.
Yeah.
Because the only recollections I have of Les Marks is going to the track to bet at 18.
We had a strip club down the street from our suburban area and a racetrack. No big deal.
And this, by the way, is a true story.
Raised by wolves.
From Les Marks. How can you have a show about first cars and beaters and not mention the Beast of Westwood, a.k.a. the Fuckmobile?
I don't know. Les, definitely there wasn't that going on, but it was called...
Hold on. How many children does Les have?
Oh, wait a minute. Sorry. Let me interrupt. I want to clean that up because the reason he calls it the Fuckmobile is one New Year's Eve he went out and somebody carved with a key and it says "fuck off and die" all over the side of his driver's side. This is a huge car. So he drove it for 4 years and didn't even care. And his dad and mom let him park it in the driveway. And when he finally wrote the car off, when it got hit, or when it did get in a big accident, sorry, it didn't get written off. It got hit hard by another white car of the same year and brand by a drunk driver. It's like, how could there even be two of those pieces of shits in the city at the same time that one actually hits the other one drunk?
Okay, let me continue. 75 Cutlass with "fuck you, die" knifed on the side, tires slashed at the zoo on New Year's Eve, written off again by the white whale, a white 75 Cutlass, drunkard by the white whale drunkard who put me on the sidewalk in front of Crazy Bar, aka the Ville, after the Bon Jovi Slippery When Wet concert. Yes. Many, I feel like the guy from Police Academy, many more stories. Amateurs, you clowns got to up your game and get some better material. 81 Civic, long movie captions, too much success, forgot where you came from. Fuck you guys.
That's perfect. You forgot to mention he had a $1,500 Kenwood stereo in that piece of shit.
He forgot to mention it. So, anyways, lots of great. Like, I'm really excited that people enjoy the show from around the world, and don't be a smart aleck, Rybo, because we had someone from Virginia the other day. And if you are not enjoying the show from around the world, would you have this type of coverage from Speewee Memes? Look at this. That's Dave acting scared.
Oh, that was from the Idiot Olympics. That was the Acting Afraid contest. Somebody put it into the Blair Witch Dave Spivak project.
Does it say the Blair Spivak project? Or is it
the Blair Witch Dave Spivak project, yeah.
Mine was super load ski at this point. So that was, we had one of our, this is great. One of our Idiot Olympics was acting scared. And you can see on the side from Spewy Memes, the Blair Witch Dave Spivak project. that pretending to be scared bit was funny stuff. And is this another flat earther that thinks that you won that?
You know what? I actually have a lot of messages. I'll bring them next time about people saying that I won. And I think we did proclaim me the winner at the end of that.
You did
I
win.
think so.
It's okay. Then a win's a win. A win's a win.
I thought you won too.
Yeah, I did win then. Yeah.
Like I said, if you win the idiot Olympics, have you really won?
Yeah, I know.
You
I'm like, no, it was me. I'm the biggest idiot here.
Yeah,
What
no,
did you really win?
it's like I lost, which means I'm the least idiot.
Yes.
So I won.
You're smarter than us, Rybo. You're an idiot. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're smarter than us, Rybo. You're a loser.
Loser.
All right. So that was a great opening monologue. One of my favorites. Great show. Today, I think is this another Rybo idea? Is this a Dave idea or what is this one? We're talking about.
We've talked. We come up to it collectively.
Yeah, it's everyone's idea at this point.
Yeah, so we're going to talk practical jokes, which Dave has been pushing because Dave's got the greatest practical joke on me of all time. We're not going to start with it. We're going to go into it a bit. But practical jokes, because as you know, here on the Winnipeggers, we don't pronounce the letter J.
Right, or the letter yay.
Yeah, go yes, go.
Sorry, we don't pronounce the letter yay ever. So practical jokes. Now, Dave and Rybo, let's leave Boots for later.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Why did you want to do this show about practical jokes?
Well, it was my idea, and the reason is that I've always been playing practical jokes on people. Even as a small child, we had a laundry room in the basement with a laundry chute that went from the main floor to the basement.
Wow.
I would take a string and tie it around the neck of a stuffed animal. My mom would be doing laundry down there. I'd wait for her to go down, and I would fish the stuffed animal down through the laundry chute, and she would just scream, and this is the best. And I mean, I'm still doing it. I'm even doing it. I do it with Cole here. We set her up all the time. It's hilarious.
Was it stuffed rabbit by chance?
No, it wasn't. It might have been. But all that kind of stuff is so much fun. And I always love doing that kind of thing. And Ryan, do you enjoy doing practical jokes on people? I believe you do.
I do. I remember watching MASH and just like loving when they used to do the practical jokes stuff. It was always like the best. You know, there's always something about that. I don't know.
MASH. Hold on, let me just interject here. MASH is a show that I was obsessed with in the 80s. I had a book with every MASH episode. I read them all, every fucking one. If there's like 500, I knew every plot, whatever. People forget, like, as time goes on, it'd be like, oh, the Honeymooners is great. Oh, the Honeymooners. If you ever watch an episode of MASH, it's so fucking genius.
Yeah.
Like, those guys were so locked in. And by the way, it's like Cheers. It's not just season 1 or season 2. Every single guy that was a regular on MASH or regular on Cheers was a genius.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like amazing. The best example ever of recasting somebody. You know, Emerson McLean Stevens is gone. Bring in Henry Potter. You know, fucking Hot Shelley Long is gone. Bring in Kirstie Alley. Frank Burns is gone. Bring in Charles Emerson. Like Charles Emerson.
Ferret face Burns.
Yeah.
Great. So when you mentioned MASH, I just had to give a little shout out to that because there is a show, a channel in the States called TV Land or something where they will play MASHs like for hours. And sometimes they go like, what are you doing? I'm watching MASH. Come watch. No, I'm watching MASH. Like, and leave me the fuck alone.
The best thing about MASH was that it was pretty much the only comedy that I remember, the only sitcom that I remember that could do serious episodes that were killer, like really dramatic episodes that were.
You would cry.
Awesome. Yeah.
You would cry.
Yeah. Amazing stuff. Yeah.
So you loved MASH because one of the elements was the practical jokes that they would play. What was the first practical joke that you ever played?
Well, I'm not, I don't know if I'm going to use that as a segue, but it was a good one.
Tell us about.
I have one prepared that I wanted to talk about.
You have prepared material. Rybo, okay. Guys, quiet. Rybo.
Standing ovation.
I mean, it's not super prepared. I mean, I wrote it down on a cocktail napkin, but it's
I wrote it on my cock. Is what
it's right here. I got this. I wanted to talk about when I met the first time I met, maybe not the first time, but I'll talk about the first time I met Don Callis. So
wow,
you might know the natural. Of course, we called him the Snatch. But I remember, I know that you, Chris, you thought that him and I would hit it off for whatever reason. You were right. You're like, yeah, you guys might hit it off, right? So I think you were talking to both of us. So you got to meet my friend Don. He's awesome. And to him, you were like, you got to meet my friend Aoff. He's awesome.
That's so sweet. How long did you date?
I don't want to blow the punchline. Can I say what he thinks your name is, or is that will that blow the punchline?
Yeah, that'll blow the punchline. So anyway, so we called him the Snatch, and I remember he walked in. We were at Teasers, and he walked in.
Jesus! You set the night on fire.
He didn't even know. So basically, hasn't met me yet. He walks in, and I run from the other end of the room, and I run and I jump on the couch and jump over this like the railing into his arms. He doesn't even know me. I'm like, natural lad. And I jump and he like basically catches me. I'm like, hey, I'm a Rybo Ahoff or whatever. So we meet each other, we hang out. And then, so fast forward a few months later, we went to see Pulp Fiction. I can't remember if Dave was there. I don't think Dave was there. You were probably, maybe you were in Brandon at the time or something like that.
Hanging with the Queen of Transcona or something.
Playing with the Queen of Transcona.
So we all go to Pulp Fiction. This is 1994. There's me, Irvas, VH was there, Matthias, Don was there, a few other people. I can't remember who.
But Lon's at home going, too many inside stories.
Oh,
too many.
Sorry. So anyway, let me get through this, all right? Because you guys got a long story. You guys are never going to get this in.
We'll never even be able to tell the story. We don't care.
You won't.
You get one of my practical jokes in, but continue. Who gives a shit? Continue, Rybo. If you go 30 minutes on this, we'll do practical jokes part 2.
Okay, there we go. So anyway, we go to see Pulp Fiction and it's sold out. No tickets. We're like, fuck, it's sold out. We got to see this movie. We need to see this movie. So we're trying to figure out how are we going to sneak into this movie, right? So we figure we're going to sneak in somehow. We all bought tickets to the movie The River Wild with Meryl Streep and Kevin Bacon. Don't worry, Speed, we're not going to play the Kevin Bacon game.
I know that movie though.
Okay.
I do know it.
we could.
I'm not a big movie star guy. I wouldn't be able to play that game.
Let's do. Okay, hold on. The River Wild and Sophie's Choice.
Okay, forget it. Just go.
It's easy.
Come on,
Sophie's Choice. And continue.
Okay, next. So anyway, we're trying to figure out. Okay, so we're gonna sneak into this movie, but how are we gonna save our seats? And I remember VH sent you, Chris, in to pretend that you lost your gloves so that you could go in there and like hide. Do you remember this? And you went in there and you like hid behind the curtain. You like talked to the guy, hey, I left my gloves in there. Can I just go in there? And you went there and you hid behind the curtain.
I actually said I left my Grant Bradshaw's in there.
Lon.
Inside jokes.
Inside jokes. So yeah, so I remember saying like, okay, we have to get in there, and we're literally just swimming upstream. I'm like, if I tell the usher that I left my gloves inside, he has to let me back in. And then when I look for my gloves, I'll just like, you're saying I hid behind the curtain. I remember it's like much dirtier than that. Like I'm actually flat backing on the ground on the sticky floors with all the freaking melted, M&Ms and the Diet Coke sprayed everywhere and whatever Yiz is going on. I don't know who's into Pulp Fiction. I don't know what's going on.
You got caught and sent back out. And I remember VH coming up.
Sent back out.
Yes, and I remember VH coming up to me. He's laughing. He's like, I just sent Irvas in there to fucking hide, pretend his gloves are in there. Anyway, you get kicked out. So we managed to all sneak in with our fake tickets. We just walking in. Oh, we're holding our our
Grant
popcorn
Park
and stuff
Cinema.
like that.
Grant Park Cinema.
That's where it was, Grant Park Cinema.
Nice.
So we go in there, we walk in, and we all can't sit together, but we got to sit in pairs. So we're all kind of sitting separately. There's like 2 pairs of each. Me and VH are sitting together. You and like Don are sitting together. Matthias and fucking John Schwartzky, they were sitting together. Whoever was there.
Matthias and Jamie Rogers.
Gabe Halderson, whatever it is.
Fucking Pulp Fiction's a shit.
Whoever it is, anyway. So it's super packed. Sorry. So we're trying to figure out, we're sitting there. People are leaving the theater because they can't find a place. They have legitimate tickets, but they can't sit anywhere because we were taking them all up, right? So anyway, we're sitting there, and just before the movie starts, Don wants to play a practical joke on me because he just met me previously, and he's like, "Okay, I'm going to play a practical joke on this." So he tells the usher, he says, there is someone there's an emergency phone call for an AHOF, and you need to get this message out. And the usher goes, what's the first name? And he doesn't know what my first name is. So he panics and he goes, Jeff AHOF. So we're sitting there, and the usher comes out. It's just packed in there. And she's like, I have an emergency phone call for a Jeff Ahoff. Can Jeff Ahoff please come to the front, please? Is there a Jeff Ahoff? And I'm like, they obviously must be talking about me because there's no other Jeff Ahoff. There's no way there's another Ahoff there. It's for me. But if it's an emergency call and they don't know my first name, it's not an emergency. I'm not answering that shit, right? I don't know why he didn't just say Mr. Ahoff. Just say Mr. Ahoff.
He looked like a Jeff to me.
That's what he told you to. He's like, oh,
Jeff Jericho.
Like that's so funny. Anyway, that was a practical joke that totally failed. And then we watched Pulp Fiction, which is a great classic movie. I
love your practical joke story because it actually just talks about Irvas getting caught sneaking in. It's so great. And we should do an episode about that, about getting in trouble, like, getting in embarrassing trouble. There's a lot.
We all snuck in.
Let me paraphrase Paul Stanley. This is an episode about getting in trouble and loving it. It's called. So I'll give you a practical joke.
Okay.
It's always on me. So yours was on me. Mine is on me. His is on me. Which is fine. I'll be the butt of the fucking yoke. I don't give a shit. I'm Chris Jericho, motherfuckers. When I was in Hamburg in 1993, there was a couple guys from Liverpool. They were called the Liverpool lads. And obviously I loved them right away because of the Beatles. And it was Doc Dean and Robbie Brookside. And they were filming a documentary for the BBC about life on the road or whatever it was. And so they were backstage, and they were always kind of fucking around. So they're backstage filming. We used to wrestle in a tent in Hamburg for 6 weeks, wrestle in this tent. And it was right on the Reeperbahn, which is like the Sin City of Hamburg. And I used to live at the Hotel Rhineland. Here, listen to this.
The Hotel Rhineland.
Don't bring a black light into Rhineland in Hamburg.
Rhineland.
Oh, I thought you said Rhineland.
Who the fuck is Rhineland? That's between you guys.
Rybo Land.
I used to live at the Hotel Little David Anderson. Next door. It was the Hotel Rhineland here. Over here was a strip club called the Cat Meow, not the Cat's Meow, Cat Meow, and across over here was the Docks. And the Docks, this day, Rybo might have even played there. If you go to Hamburg and you're not like fucking Iron Maiden, you play the Docks. It's about 2,000 seater. It's perfect for Annihilator. I saw Halloween. I saw Accept. I saw Dark Angel. I saw Saxon. I saw that was the venue, right? So these guys were constantly filming whatever. And we were in our tent. And Doc Dean, who has now since passed away, God bless Doc Dean, he was like warming up his camera, right? And he's like, yeah, like he's got his camera. And he's like, it was really cold, so he's getting it working. And I'm like, oh, are you warming up your camera, Doc Dean? He's like, yeah, I'm trying to warm up my camera. Man. And I take my towel off, and I got my fucking my 1-inch cock. I'm just like this. I'm like, if your camera's on, man. What if your camera's on? I'm like, boop, boop, boop. I got my pants on.
Smallest helicopter ever.
Yeah, Derek.
Miniature town.
Yeah, Derek Smalls, the epitome. And so we're laughing, and he goes, oh, that's so great. And he He goes, imagine if I was filming. I go, yeah, obviously you're not because there's no red light blinking. I'm no fucking moron. Because if you're filming, he goes, boop, boop. I go, yeah, there's no red light blinking. He goes, oh, what if there was, mate? And he pulls off a fucking black piece of tape. And that
reveals that fucking light.
And I'm like, dude, I'll tell you right now, don't ever fucking show that anywhere. He's like, of course I won't do that, mate. At the end of the show, we used to hang out at this place. It was called Ante, A-N-T-E. He was from Yugoslavia. It was a Yugoslavian bar. We would hang out there till 6, 7 in the morning, have the best time. So we're hanging out, and suddenly Doc goes, I want to show something from earlier tonight. And this motherfucker took this fucking video and put it in and showed it on.
Oh my God.
And I was like, dude, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't. He showed it on screen. And I'm like,
oh, jeez, man.
Fucking winky dinky after it was really cold. It was over in Hamburg.
I was in the pool.
Literally, there was nothing there. Like this. Like, watch this. There it is.
Oh, man.
You're like, never mind Derek Smalls. You're like David St. Nubbins.
I couldn't believe he was showing it. I'm like, dude, like, why would you do that to me? Like, I was always friends with him. And these Liverpudlians are fucking warped or whatever. And later on, he said, I'm sorry, I was out of line. I'm like, dude, it was terrible. There's a whole room of people. And I'm just like, no. Yeah, so we still had like 2 weeks left, and I would not talk to the fucking guy. I wouldn't. And he was like, mate, like, it's killing me that you're not talking to me. Like, after like a week and a half, it's like if you're getting a fight with your wife and she refuses to look at you or talk to you for like a day. I did that for like 10 days because all the chicks that were around me, all the chicks that I had been with, they're always coming around because Uncle CJ knows what to do. All these new chicks fucked off. And then I had to start from scratch. And it's like, that's a hard thing to do, man. So finally I was like, okay, I got to let this fucking dude off the hook. So what am I going to do? I'll cut his bootlaces and put eggs in his boots. That'll teach him.
Eggs in his boots.
Right. So I put eggs in his boots. I cut his fucking laces. This motherfucker, I'm like sitting in the corner. I'm like, he puts one foot in, looks, tries to tie his bootlace up. Daddy tries the bootlace at Lady Madonna, and the laces are fucked, and there's a raw egg in the middle. You know what he does? Nothing. He goes into his bag. He pulls out another pair of bootlaces. He replaces that, and he puts on the fucking eggs boot and does not give a shit. So my big revenge was fucking shot down in flames, and I ain't talking about Malcolm Young, and I fucking lose again. I'm 2 for 2. 0 for 2.
Let's play the AC/DC game. Rybo, freeze. Geico.
All right, Dave. So since I'm the butt of everyone's yoke, why don't you take it home with one of the greatest ribs, as we call it in wrestling? Rybo, you better not be serious.
That's exactly how he looked when we played the trivia game.
I think he's actually frozen.
No, he's not. He's totally fucking with us. It's just so he can do it so well. See?
Oh, thank you.
I just need like someone to walk around in the background.
I was going to be left alone with this guy again. Can't take it. So tell us about one of the – listen.
Feelings equal.
I've been in the wrestling business for 30 years now. At this point in time, it's 20 years. I've seen – we could do Practical Yokes 3, 4, 7 episodes. But this – is the greatest rib of all time perpetrated on me by this motherfucker and John Riot. Dave, take it away.
Well, I flew out to Los Angeles in around 2008, summertime, SummerSlam, I think it was, wrestling. And I met John Howard for the very, very first time. And Chris had picked me up at the airport in a rental. John is a big Australian boy, and he's in the passenger seat. And he looks at me and says, "Hey, I hear you're gay." And that's how it starts.
I told John, like, Speedy was like one of my best friends, and you guys won't like each other at first because you're the exact same guy. Total ball busters. He won't like you, and you won't like him. He's like, really? Oh, bro, he won't like me. Oh, go on my Facebook. Everything says me guess.
Yeah, right.
First time I speak, I heard you gay.
So we, it was just the icebreaker of just a rib, whatever. That's not a rib anyway, but just being shocking or something.
But that was his opening line. He was up for a fight.
Right, exactly. So anyway, but then we really started bonding, and we really started getting along. All of us were just having the time. Yeah, greatest guy, and we were having the time of our lives in Los Angeles. And I think that we were there with Chris. I think we were there for 4 or 5 nights with you. And then Chris had to go to Japan for work, and he's like, I gotta go. Oh my God. And he's really genuinely upset about having to leave.
We had SummerSlam in 2010, and so Pee-wee and Riot came. It was actually, we did it 2 years in a row, but the first year you guys came to hang out with me. This story could go 75 minutes. We hung out at the Roosevelt, which we won't talk about, is haunted. Montgomery.
Too much to talk about.
Puking in dog bowls, yelling at lawn, serve me, great panini, serve me. So anyways, yes, so we had this great time amongst this 3 of us eating at the breakfast place.
We were going nuts. Michael Jackson had died 1 week before we were there. His star was in front of our hotel. There was crowds of people. We were there was so much going on. John leaves our hotel at 5:30 in the morning, walks across the street. We watch him through the window. We're still drinking. And he walks down the Hollywood Boulevard where the stars are and pushes over some of the momentums that's in front of the Michael Jackson star so he can get a photo of it. And he's wearing one of the WWF or WWE belts that he just took from the room. He's not even wearing a shirt. And he's a huge guy.
That was my WWE belt that he took from the room, by the way.
Yeah, well, it wouldn't have been mine. Yeah, it was yours. Yeah, good. Thanks for the clarification.
Yeah. And by the way, I had hung out with Riot about 3 months before that at a famous person's whiskey release. They had cultivated their own whiskey, and we got into a private party with like 1,000 people. 500 of them were hot chicks, and John got a picture with this person whose whiskey it was, and the person was Donald Trump whiskey. I took the picture and went, I don't need a picture of that guy. John has a picture of Donald Trump from the whiskey fucking thing that we went to.
Right.
All there.
Wow.
So continue. So I have to go to Japan, and I'm super bummed because we're having the best time. We're drinking.
Yeah.
Drinking out of dog. We're drinking out of dog.
Fun. But you were also, I believe you were coming back, I think. So I was staying for an extra almost a week.
I was going to Japan.
I know, but I think you were coming back to LA after Japan. It doesn't matter, but I thought you came back. It doesn't matter. John and I orchestrated this gag to do on Chris because he was gone to Japan, and he kept texting us from there, and he was just like, "Oh man, I wish I was there. We had so much fun," which we did. It was the party of all time. So John and I are like, "Fuck, we're at the Rainbow together." He goes, "It's not the same without Chris." So I'm like, "Yeah, it's kind of whatever." We're sitting here. It's like, yeah, there we are. And John, I think we just came up with it together. I think so. It was just like, hey, we should pull a fucking rib on him. And I go, why don't we tell him that we ran into Brad Pitt and what's the other guy's name?
George Clooney. I get texts and calls from these guys, how much fun they're having. And then out of nowhere, I get a call like, holy shit, you're not going to believe this. What? We just met Brad Pitt and George Clooney. And I'm like, what? I'm in Japan, like whatever. They're fucking the coolest guys ever. And they like I'm paraphrasing, but you're saying pretend. You told me we met George Clooney and Brad Pitt and they're having the best time ever. And Speedy, like you said, hey, look at my crazy eyes, whatever it was. Remember that?
Yeah, they looked at me and they said, you'd be a great actor. I hope we're not imposing, but you'd be a great actor. You have crazy eyes. And then he's like, he just texts back. He goes, you're fucking losers. Like, it goes as if kind of thing. Blew it off.
Like, I can't believe it. I've been trying to make it in Hollywood for years. And these fucking assholes go to one club because he's got fucking weird, goofy eyes. Suddenly he's going to be a movie star. Fuck you.
Yeah, but he doesn't believe it at first. So we just kind of keep hitting him and we keep doing it. And we keep doing it. And then it's getting kind of like he's almost getting annoyed with it. So then we just stop for a bit. and we're laughing because we're just stopping on purpose for a while. Now we're not together anymore. I'm back home and he's home, but we're still continuing it. And it goes on for a lot of time, like probably like a couple, 2.5, 3 months even.
They go home, whatever, and they still continue this thing with like, you're not going to believe this. I've been cast in Boots. And Boots is the new project starring Brad Pitt, produced by George Clooney, whatever. Take it back over, Dave, now.
Yeah, so we went as far as having a mutual friend a friend of mine draw up an actual contract. Lon Wilby, again, who's always mentioned on the show, draws up a fake contract and an offer sheet. And I just send it to Chris and I get mad. I say, listen, I know you don't believe us, so fuck you. Here it is. And I didn't text him back. And he's sitting on this thing and he's looking at it. And if you Googled the name, we were using Brad Pitt's management. We were using his spokespeople. We were like right into the actual details to make this work. And Lon spent a long time drawing up an actual contract that he kind of stole one off Google.
Not Dave.
And he kept changing.
Not
No,
Dave.
I made a phone call. So it got so bad that the agency, and I don't remember who it was that had give us the offer, but I remember also, Chris, do you remember me telling you what it was like?
There was no offer.
I know, but the fake offer. Do you remember what I was telling you when I was on set and I said they gave us donuts or something? It was just so stupid. It was just like, I was pretty good at some donuts. Got to meet the crew.
So he says, I've got an offer for Boots, and I'm hooked. Hook, line, and singer. I'm like, motherfucker, this guy. Like, because you know what? This is how it works. Like, that's how Ashton Kutcher was discovered.
That's true. You did believe it. We did get you, and you did believe it for sure. It took you a bit.
Yes, to the point where I called my manager, Barry Boobs, and I said, who is repping Brad Pitt? And he said, we're looking. He was like fucking like Lynn Baker Swan or whatever. And I was like, this motherfucker just got an offer from Lynn Baker Swan. Not that you had anything to do with it. Lon figured it all out. I said, is there a possibility this is real? So then Barry, who's the best, calls Brad Pitt's management.
Yeah.
And says, have you ever heard of an actor named Dave Spivak?
Yeah.
And they come back and said, is it Spivak or Spiewak? And I'm like, it could be both. Check them both. Yeah. So Barry has these people in Brad Pitt's camp Googling Dave Spiewak / Spivak to see what his status is in the company. Because Boots might not be the real name of the project. It might be Blue Harvest. If you guys know, Star Wars was originally called Blue Harvest.
Yeah, they made it real secretive for my premiere.
Dude, I was furious. And then this guy goes, yeah, I just went to the opening and the cat, and they had us meet the crew and they had us meet the caterers. I'm like, now I know you're fucking lying because that never happens. But in the back of my mind, there's still a chance because this fucking guy won't let it go. And I've got Barry on the case, and I've got my publicist on the case, and I'm calling Eli Roth, and I'm calling
right.
I got everybody like, who is producing Boots? And they're all like, what is Boots? You're a liar. You're a liar. You're a liar. Because my fucking ex-friend, Dave Spivak / Spiewak, just met the catering crew
and had some delicious donuts.
How did it finally end?
Well, we gave you the contract, and then we said, I think it was something like pay attention to section C4 because it was so advanced. And then it was like, this was such a great experience just to absolutely pull off the biggest rib of all time. And then we named people that were involved in it that helped us through the way, because we would have people kind of, be like, no, it's true. And then and there was a lot of time in there too. There was some time where, of course, he's not going to believe you right away. So then I got pissed off at him for not believing me. And that's what made him believe, because I was just like, I don't need this shit. And then I didn't text him back for a few days. And John's like, how long has it been? It was 3 days. This is great. And it was built up to this big rib. It's the only way to do it. You can't go in.
Great rib. And it literally was over 3 or 4 months until I finally realized that Boots was not a project. I'm like, but why did you decide on boots?
Lon just made it up. I said, I don't even want to put anything into this. I said, just go with whatever. Lon's a genius behind it. He came up with the movie
Lon
Boots.
is not
When
a genius, by the
he
way.
said that to me and it just said Boots, I said, this is hilarious. This is so stupid. Why would you call a movie Boots?
It's so dumb. It kind of throws you off the scent because it's so dumb.
Yeah.
That you would think it has to be like Clooney and Pitt would never make a movie called Boots, but maybe they would because it's so weird.
But this is the fucking contract signed offer to Dave Spiewak.
Yeah.
They went, listen, by the way, this was one of the greatest ribs of all time because they got me. Like, they really got me. And I ain't talking about Michael Anthony. And I believe it was months and months when they finally let it go. I was so relieved as a selfish asshole. Like, I don't want my friend ever getting him
becoming more famous than you.
Yeah, exactly. And I was furious. Like, all this shit I've done, this motherfucker just goes through.
I know. Yeah.
Stupid moron that he's got his crazy eyes, and that's what gets him the gig. So when it was finally told, I was like super laughing, super angry, but also very, very mad that they had pulled this off because it was one of the greatest ribs of all time.
Nice.
Guys, let's talk about our sponsor once again, the fine people at the Promenade Cafe. It's a French restaurant in Winnipeg, French comfort food, and they're open for curbside pickup and home delivery. Go to promenadeathome.com. That's PROMENADEAT home.com and put in the promo code Winnipeggers. You guys will save yourselves a tasty 10%, man. That's a good fucking deal right there, man. Because we all know if you're in the Winnipeg area, the Manitoba area, go check out the Promenade Cafe because we talked about earlier. I love the souffle. Rybo loves the French fries, and Speedy loves the poo-poo de grace.
Poo-poo de grace.
Go check it out. Great show, guys, as always. I still think that Brad Pitt and George Clooney should do a movie called Boots and cast Crazy Eyes Dave Spiewak. Because you are an alumni of Fargo.
That's true. Yeah, I had my dream. There, didn't I?
They're still filming. Why aren't you involved with that? They're still filming.
They're not filming here. They're filming down south now. Can't go. COVID.
Stay home. What season were you in, Dave?
Season 2, episode 6.
Fargo, season 2. Did you ever get listed? Like, did you have any?
No, I wouldn't think so. No, I was just doing extra work, but I was called back, for some good scenes. So you'll see me in there, but no, I don't.
Do we really see you though?
Well, you see me. I mean, there's a measure of time. There's a second. There's a half a second. And there's a second and a half, and there's areas that you'll see me, and you just have to pay it. You got to pay attention. If you want to see it, you'll see it.
So if you guys go to Fargo season 2 and episode 6, episode 6, you may or may not see Spewy. And last story, who was your favorite guys on the set? Akeem.
Oh, there was Bokeem Woodbine, and there was Brad Mann, who was, I think, a Vancouver actor, done some X-Files stuff. Both great guys. Salt of the earth guys.
What about Ted Danson? You ever meet Ted Danson?
No, he was on the show, but I didn't meet him. He was not around when I was doing it.
I heard that was by design. Keep this fucking guy from Boots away from me.
Ted. I watch him on Curb Your Enthusiasm. I love him. He's great.
You negotiated for less money at Ted Danson.
Right.
Ted Danson. Cheers, boys.
Cheers, boys. Cheers, guys.
Look at those young lads.
Cheers, guys. Great times. Remember, promenadeathome.com, promo code Winnipeggers.